Hello, welcome to another episode in Superhouse Diary. Not every guest is your guest. Learning that made me change the way I host. So the very first thing you should really consider when setting up your Airbnb is who is your ideal guest. I know it sounds like, well, I want every guest as long as they pay. In reality, that's not true. Without your guest avatar, you won't be able to create the right space with the right furniture and the right balance and the right type of activities. Let me give you an example. If your ideal guest is families with children, well, you will set up your property differently to if your ideal guests are contractors, for example. And why is that? Well, if your guest is families with children, you will make sure you've got some children bedding, children books, or you've got some children's cutlery, or you make sure that, any sharp corners are covered, and so on and so forth. If, for example, your ideal guests are contractors, well, you won't be obviously troubling with children's cutlery or a sitting chair or a travel cot. You will make sure the space is comfortable, that the kitchen is well equipped so the contractors can cook. You'll make sure there is a TV, maybe PS4, and a comfortable sofa and a place where they can sit and relax. If, however, your ideal guests are tourists based on your location, again, you will do things differently. If your location is at the seaside, you will make sure there are some umbrellas or maybe sun lotions or, some sunbathing mats and things like that, depending obviously on how far you want to go with giving little things and little, things for your guests. So I think it's really, really important to consider that at the start of your hosting journey. And trust me, I thought initially, well, whoever books that books. I don't have a specific person in mind. As long as they book and look after my place, I'm happy. And it is great in a principle, but let me tell you, once you've got this clarity of who you would like to attract and why, that will change the entire way. What's also important is, like, if you've got families traveling with children or tourists, they normally will come for a couple of days, 2-3 nights, or maybe a bit longer during summer holidays. If you've got contractors as your ideal guests, they normally stay a bit longer, for a couple of weeks while the project lasts, or they might be staying Monday to Friday, go back home at weekends. So really, really take this time when you start your hosting journey and just write who do you think your ideal guest is, who you would like your ideal guest to be, and why. That will help you tremendously. It's not to say you must just stick to it and never change it. This is like your starting point. And obviously once you start hosting, you evolve, and you will also see what type of guest you attract, who is coming to your property and why. And that gives you an indication of who you should be hosting. Well, I hope that was helpful. I would appreciate if you can subscribe, leave a comment below, and if you have any other suggestions of some topics you would like me to cover in the next episode, drop that too. I would be delighted to share it with you. And I will see you next week in another episode of Superhouse Diary. Take care.